All right, hey everybody, it is Fucking Do It Fridays.
Did you do it?
Not yet.
Did you do it?
Maybe later.
Did you do it?
Fucking do it.
Did you do it?
Right now.
Did you do it?
Fucking do it.
Did you do it?
Fucking wait.
Did you do it?
Fucking do it.
Did you do it?
Fucking do it.
Fucking do it!
I am your guest host for the week, Ross. I'm with Jamie, I swear. Anyway, we're here with us this week as our special guest is Danielle Corsetto, everybody. Yay!
Hi. Oh, that was such a Muppet hello. Thanks.
Yeah, it's more of a Muppet hello. How's it going, Danielle?
It's going all right.
Cool. So you want to tell everyone who the hell you are?
Who the hell am I? Who the fuck am I? I guess everything should just be fuck, right? Stay on theme.
Fuck yeah, it should.
Yeah. I'm fucking Danielle Corsetto. I did a webcomic called Girls with Slingshots for like 10 years. It's been over for over a year. I'm still not over it. Nobody's over it. But I fucking did it for 10 years.
Yeah, you fucking did. What did you do before that?
I don't remember. I think I went to college. It was right after college. I started it right after college.
It was a blur. So I'm sure people were like giving you lots of advice on what you should do after college. What made you do that?
Oh, actually, I don't think anybody really gave me advice. Maybe that's why I wound up rolling into comics instead of something that was more responsible. So thanks, whoever didn't give me advice. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that worked out super well for you.
I think I was a photo major, so I was told, go into doing wedding photography. It pays well. That was the most stressful job I've ever done. So glad I don't do that anymore because I'm not very good at it.
Cool. Well, so how did you stumble into comics then?
I've been doing comics since I was 8 years old. I actually feel like I got a late start because I started reading and writing pretty early and drawing really early and everything. And I just didn't marry the two into comics until third grade when finally somebody, an art teacher, had us do comic strips. And I figured it out that was my language. That was like the best language for me to work in. So I've always had comics as like a thing I would want to fucking do. Maybe I didn't have that vocabulary back then, but I knew I wanted to fucking do it.
Knowing you, you might have.
I was so innocent back then. You don't even know Ross. So I, after college, I guess during high school and college, I was always doing comics for a newspaper publication of some sort. In fact, if you want to go a little bit farther back, I actually wrote to Scott Adams from Dilbert. Way back
that wonderful human being.
Since then, I've learned more things about him. But back then, he used to put his email address in the gutters of the strips that he did. And I read it, and I was like, I have an email address. We were like early adapters to the comics.
I also have an email.
Yeah, I have one of these that feel very powerful all of a sudden. We had the internet pretty early, so I emailed him and asked him what would a middle schooler want to do, want to like take for classes in high school to become a cartoonist. And he wrote to me and he said, join your journalism club. And if I had known that journalism meant newspapers, I would have never joined.
Right.
But I stumbled into it. I wound up actually joining the very small, we didn't have upperclassmen. It's a whole other story in high school. And I rolled into the club and they were like, all right, newspapers. And I was like, oh, fuck, I don't even like newspapers. And I wound up becoming the co-editor in chief. They just decided I was going to be that person. So I got really into newspapers, weirdly enough. And admittedly, it was kind of cool to have that. Not because I really got anywhere. Back then you want to try to be syndicated, so I guess it was a natural progression to get involved in newspapers, know the lay of the land, and then like figure out how to get syndicated somehow.
Right.
But since then, obviously, it's been kind of different. However, since that wasn't going to help me career-wise because nobody was getting syndicated in 2000, right. It was really helpful to have those people around, though. They were very wonderful, educated people. My first job out of college actually was working for the local newspaper. I was only there for 6 months, but because I quit it and started doing full-time comics and illustration, which is great. Just fucking did it. But God, sorry, now it's going to get obnoxious every time I say this.
No, it's fucking awesome. This is only the second episode, so it's not old yet.
So when I was out of college and starting with the newspaper and everything, I was like, all right, I've been doing comics for all these like high school and college newspapers for so long and doing some like freelance illustration here and there. How am I going to keep this up if I have a full-time job? I know that I'm not going to be able to keep the two up if it's just me being my own accountability partner.
Yeah.
So I had taken an HTML class back in high school, or high school. I guess in college, nobody was learning that in high school back in '90s. But took a class in college, and I remembered how to do HTML. I actually really enjoy languages, so I really took to the HTML hand coding and everything, and learned a little bit of CSS, and had a friend do the PHP things. I had no idea how to do that, and made my website and put it together just in time to. I started telling people at conventions, even though I didn't have anything really to sell at conventions, just like commissions. I was going to conventions pretty early, and just kind of getting to know people and networking, and eventually people were asking, like, when are you going to do something? When are you actually going to do a comic? Like, we know you love doing comic strips.
So you're saying people are asking, when were you going to fucking do it?
Yeah, they were asking when I was going to fucking do it. And I said, I'm going to fucking do it October 1st of this year, 2004. And I was like, fuck, all right. I just told them that
What month was it at the time?
I think it was Pittsburgh Comic-Con. So I think it was, like March or April. I forget when that used to be held back then. So I was like, all right, I got plenty of time. I'll just do it. Actually, you know what? It may have even been later. I'm not sure. It may have been Baltimore. But I know I was starting to tell people, all right, I'm going to do it in October this year. That by then I should be able to have an idea.
Yeah.
And of course, I did it all the night before, and continued that trend for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I was going to say, you haven't come far from
no, not at all.
Right when
not
they're due.
Remotely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I put the website together over the summer, and then had it launch with 3 different strips on October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And that was SPX weekend. Actually, that's where I met the lovely Monica Gallagher. We just happened to sit next to each other that weekend.
Hey.
Yeah. And I just gave out little printouts. This is one thing I was actually prepared for. I did print out the first 3 strips and stapled them. They were about this big.
It's a mini comic.
It was a very mini comic, and it had the URL at the back. And I was like, "Here's a sampler." Just handed it out to people, and was like, "If you like it, it's online. I guess it'll be updated soon because I have to." I just told people I was going to do it.
Yeah.
And just did it.
So the lesson here is tell people you're going to do something, and then let the stress of that make you do it.
That is apparently the only way that I work.
I mean, if it works for you, yeah, keep it up. So if little Danielle at the age of 8 emailed you today and said, I want to get into comics, what should I do? What would you tell her?
Oh, man. Get into your journalism club. I guess I would tell them, constantly do this for yourself. Enjoy it for yourself, and find the stories and the characters that you love to write, that are like things that you actually want to revisit. Because if you're going to do it for the money, or if you're going to do it for, to impress other people or whatever, or try to be the next PvP as everybody did for such a long time.
Right. Never got better things to do.
Yeah. Well, you're just not going to enjoy it. So just do it for yourself, and practice constantly. Bring a sketchbook with you wherever you're going. You're always going to learn something no matter what you're observing and drawing, even if it's high realism, or if you're, going to bring a sketchbook out and draw a cartoon version of something. It's really good practice to just kind of get the feel for turning this thing that's real into something that's cartoonish, or learning how light affects different things. If you're going to do realism, it also helps.
Yeah.
So that's what I would tell them.
Cool.
Figure
nice. So what are you doing now?
Well,
you had to know that question was going.
Contrary to the fucking do it theme of this talk, I haven't been fucking doing much, but, well, you know what? All right. So I keep saying that whenever somebody's like, what are you doing now? Like, I'm not doing anything. It's terrible. Because I have like 1 job now. Previously, when I was doing the webcomic, it felt like 2 jobs, like 2 full-time jobs. So now, I mean, I still do feel like I'm kind of not doing anything, but my boyfriend keeps telling me, do not say that anymore. That makes it sound like you're actually not doing anything, but you do a ton of stuff.
Yeah, you're not just sitting around.
Not so much. So, I mean, I'm sitting around, but I generally have a pencil in my hand. So
yeah.
I've been doing some commissions recently. I taught a class last semester at Shepherd, also online. Where can
people find the class online?
Oh yeah, the class online, folks, is you still can get it actually at Patreon. So Patreon / like Girls with Slingshots is take out the just Girls with Slingshots.
Cool,
sorry.
got it.
Is where I posted the $20 a month version of the class that I was teaching over at Shepherd. And if you donate $20 right now, it will automatically be transferred, so that it actually takes your $20 immediately. And then you have access to everything I've posted for the $20 level. I didn't realize that. It feels like kind of cheating telling people that.
Yeah.
But you can go back and get like the $80 worth of lessons for $20 now. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I did that.
Yeah.
And actually now what I'm doing is trying to draw every day. And the reason for this is because I haven't had that inspiration to just draw something that I really draw or write something that I really, really feel strongly about.
Yeah.
And our very own Danny O'Brien up in Jersey suggested, why don't you just start drawing as much as you can and writing as much as you can just for fun. And then eventually, hopefully, you'll catch on to something. So I'm getting ideas now.
That sounds like a good way to fucking do it.
It does, right? She's a very smart lady. She's got really good fucking ideas.
She does. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll end on this because we're totally at a good point. Who inspires you? Who are the people that you look to?
Oh, that's tough. Man, I push myself a little too hard, I think, because I can't do what these people do, it seems. There are so many artists. Honestly, I don't know most of their names. I started clearing out my Instagram, so I'm not following as many friends unless they're doing art all the time and posting art. So I'm following just a ton of different artists online. One of them is he goes by George Drawing, and I think that's because his last name is completely unpronounceable.
Okay.
So I don't know his last name, but I think he goes by George Drawing on Instagram. And that man is just teaching and drawing every fucking day. He is doing all art all the time. So watching artists like that who are just producing constantly, that's super inspiring to me.
Yeah. Inspiring and not aggravating and frustrating?
I've been trying to get over that one. I mean, I generally get like right to the crest of like, this could be really annoying and terrible and like deflating, but I'm always like, nope. You can't quite do what they're doing, but that's okay. You're going to do what you do, and you do it pretty well. So just do that.
Damn right. Nice. Awesome. Any final words for everyone looking to get inspired?
Fucking do some figure drawing, because I feel like I said that like really quietly in there. Do some fucking figure drawing. Do it. Just do it. You will learn so much. I did some last night.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, with that, why don't we end on a Muppet goodbye then?
Hey!
Yay. All right. Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye.
Did you do it?
Not yet.
Did you do it?
Fucking later.
Did you do it?
Fucking yeah.
Did you do it?
Right now.
Did you do it?
Fucking do it.
Did you do it?
Fucking wait.
Did you do it?
Fucking do.
Did you do it?
Fucking